Nimeenda next.
Yeah, enye wanaanza na Steve Nice bila huyo dem kuongea. Enye wanaanza na Steve Nice.
Aya ndio hiyo.
Next. So guys, when you wanna kwa accused kutoka Seattle, nobody in Seattle called. Sawa. The person that called the police is from the East Coast. Sawa. That is what I will say. And nitaiachia hapo. I'm not going to talk.
Ai, dana pia wewe usikue hivyo.
Sasa umesema
no, tuambie state. What state do you think was no mentioning names. We are talking about just the state.
Wewe umesema unajua. Si umesha narrow down. Ukasema ati ni Atlanta na ni Florida. So, wacha nikupatie kazi rahisi, sio Florida.
Pause. Dana, unasikia hapo umesema sio Florida. Wewe mwenyewe umeshasema sio Florida and there are so many other states and wakati Steve Nice alinarrow down to Georgia ulisema hausemi kitu.
I do very well. I said it's not Florida and that's what the recording has done.
American and African endelea.
Unajua nini? Koma, umekaa hapa hujajua
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't forget any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
Then you people assumed then it's Georgia. So it's you people who decided to settle on Georgia. That was not from me. Don't put words on my mouth.
Can we play that recording?
Oh yeah, sure.
Africana. Recording ya nani ya Diana na Steve Nice.
Are you sharing on your wife? Are you married? Are you married?
Take.
Not that one. Yenye iko mbele yangu.
Unafaa kujiangalia nyinyi watu wa Seattle. There is something clearly wrong in that.
I think unajua nasemanga there is something in the water. This is not water.
Majieni iko treated ama iko treated. Unakuja
kutoka Pacific Ocean straight up.
Na jamani kunyonga maji za chupa kweli? No. I think it's from the sink. Basi hiyo ndio shida. Hapo basi ndio shida iko. Hapo
nikuulize.
Let me ask Diana swali moja. Sasa toke vangu zenye umevaa uvalie jacket ndara. Mbona atatoa wapi nguvu ya kukudi?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask. Diana, let me ask you, where did you say? No, where did you say?
Africana sio hiyo. Si yenye wana discuss Dama.
Nimeenda next.
Yeah, enye wanaanza na Steve Nice bila huyo dem kuongea. Enye wanaanza na Steve Nice.
Aya ndio hiyo.
Next.
So guys, when you wanna kwa accused kutoka Seattle, nobody in Seattle called. Sawa. The person that called the police is from the East Coast. Sawa. That is what I will say. And nitaiachia hapo. I'm not going to talk.
Ai, dana pia wewe usikue hivyo.
Sasa umesema
no, tuambie state. What state do you think was no mentioning names. We are talking about just the state.
Wewe umesema unajua. Si umesha narrow down. Ukasema ati ni Atlanta na ni Florida. So wacha nikupatie kazi rahisi, sio Florida.
Pause. Dana, unasikia hapo umesema sio Florida. Wewe mwenyewe umeshasema sio Florida, and there are so many other states, and wakati Steve Ness alinarrow down to Georgia ulisema hausemi kitu.
I told you very well. I said it's not Florida, and that's what the recording has done.
American and African endelea.
Unajua nini? Koma, umekaa hapa hujajua, hujasema chochote.
No, Miss Yezi, I would not say. Okay. Let me ask you one question. Is it not Atlanta, Georgia?
Now, guys, there are people I want to exonerate because mimi am a person of integrity. Nataka kuondoa watu wengine kwa ngori ya.
Jojo.
Wacha niseme, number 1, Jojo did not call. Number
Jojo hata hii story.
Number 2, Joy did not call.
Nope.
Wacha niseme. Hakuna nini mtu yote Joy sijui Jojo sijui na hawa wote sijui Wamboi sijui nani hawakupiga. So nimewaondoa nyenye wote kwa hiyo ngori, sawa sawa. Ni hivyo. Hiyo ndio kitu nilikuwa nataka kuambia, so that muache kupiga kelele na story ati ni watu wa Seattle walipiga. Nobody from Seattle called, and the person that called is a woman. Tumeelewa?
Kuna beef na nani?
Nada beef na mtu.
No, they have history.
Oh, wako na history?
Tena wacha kujifanya mchezo, wako na history. Koma.
Wako na history gani?
Hiyo tuachie hapo. Ala.
Wako na history gani? Mmoja anauliza ati anasema ni kutoka kwa polisi.
So Diana was comfortable when Steve Ness narrowed down to Georgia na waka move on to next conversation. Coffee. Waka move on to next conversation because you are comfortable with Georgia. Sinde Diana? Like to me inanikaliani kama you being comfortable with that, you are targeting some people in that direction ya Georgia. Where Zubeida Koma. Okay. Kama uko na swali naweza kukupe kiti. Panda. Siulize kwa comment section inakimbia so sioni. Hi Maito, good morning. To me I feel like for you to be comfortable with Steve Ness settling on Georgia, ni kama ulikubaliana na yeye it's around Georgia, na nilisikia ikisemekana around that hiyo direction because mnaelekea there are so many other states that you could have settled for. Why Georgia? Why comfortable with Georgia?
On what grounds did you eliminate Florida? Eliminate Florida aje?
Miss Dictator Koma. Acha amesema tumpe dakika kidogo arudi akuje. So you can just brainstorm with questions. If you need a seat, I'll create for you. Naweza kuja ulize. Exactly pio, hata mimi niko hapo bado. Kenyanji chukua mic.
Alafu uende ucheze recording iko TikTourist. Enye Steve Ness na Big Daddy walisema jana less than 24 hours ago ya kuwa mwenye alicall 911 ni Wambo huwa Yaro.
Yes, immediately after ametoka kwa Diana alienda kwa host Big Daddy. Nani?
So 7 hours, the same thing amekuja kwa Diana, wameruka hiyo story ya Wambu.
Yeah, mama.
Africa, enda kwa hiyo blogger.
Umemwita aje Kinya?
I think ni tourist. Ni one word, tick tourist. One word, zimeunganishwa, tick tourist ni one word.
Yeah, ni kwa hapo. Ni
Hapo
Steve
sasa
Nice na
Mombi.
Biggie.
Yes, ni Biggie na Steve Nice. Mombi nikupe kiti. Kenyanji ni create kiti ya Mombi.
No wonder uliitiwa makarao na
Ati?
manyoko wewe. Usiniite mna.
Ni create kiti. Ni create kiti.
Watu ndio unaweza create.
Sitaki kuweka ile
Enda kwa side by side.
Okay, side by side sawa.
Nitoe mtu.
Acha niweke side by side.
Sawa.
Naweza pandisha mtu.
Tuweke.
Wewe unakuja wewe hizo wewe una mistake yako. Hao wengine they don't want to shit. They don't want the mistakes. Nimepatiwa breakdown. ABCD from
Ebu thibitisha ilipostiwa what time? How many hours ago?
21 hours ago.
Aya.
Ndo hiyo 21 hours ago.
nilikuwa nimeshtuka. Mimi niko jela, I don't know what's going on. Niko ndani, sisi access internet, sisi access.
Acha nianzishe.
Naona uliitiwa makarao na
Ni nani anaitwaje? Sorry, nimerudi Jambo. Ulikuwa unauliza nini? Nijibu haraka.
Hours later ndio Steve na Diana walikuja na hiyo theory yao ya mambo ya outside Washington state.
There is no theory. The person that called is outside of Washington. There is no theory. And anybody asking about why I removed Florida, you can look at the time. America has a different time zone. That time zone is in the East Coast. That's all. This is a very simple thing. You people are complicating it for nothing. Like seriously, the time zones in America, it's just common sense. It has nothing to do with guesswork. A time zone is a permanent thing. You can't change it. It's on the screenshot. Nyinyi mna complicate matters. You're making things so difficult for nothing.
New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York.
You cannot remove. What is the East Coast? You should know.
In states zile ziko huko East Coast ya America.
So anyway, at least I think I've answered that question. So which one again do you have? Jungle. Kulikuwa na swali lingine ulikuwa muuliza kama ni hiyo ya kusema Atlanta sijui Georgia. That is, like I said, it's you people who decided to settle on it, not me. Those are your words.
You see, wait a minute, Diana. The moment Nani said about Florida, ulisema eliminate Florida. Wakati alisettle for Georgia, mbona ukusema like eliminate ama ukuongea? Like you're just comfortable about it.
I can choose to be quiet and not give an opinion, and that's just okay. Like seriously, even right now, you're not
but you are
insisting
against
on
the
Florida.
first opinion of Florida.
What do you mean I was against it? Me, I was not
Like
fighting or
ulitoa
being against
Florida.
anyone. Oh
Not
yes,
against you ulitoa
nilitoa,
Florida.
nilitoa.
Why
Yes,
not
I was.
kutoa Georgia?
Why
Na
should I?
tena,
Or why shouldn't I?
does this mean that at that particular hour in Florida hakuna mtu alikuwa na watch TikTok? Is that what you're saying?
But do I
Anasema
get to know
according to time
what?
zone.
Let me ask you, do I get to know everybody who is in Florida and what they're doing? Surely. Ndio unasema ati watu wa Florida wa watch TikTok. Mimi sijui watu wenye wako
No.
Florida wote.
No, why did
I
you
don't
read?
know them.
Okay, Mombi chukua mic.
I think now that I've had Diana speak, I think the question is better served for Steve Nice because he's the one who actually mentioned the Atlanta thing. Because for me, I
Yeah,
was very
thank you for saying that because mimi they're insisting on Georgia na mimi hata sielewi kwa nini.
Yeah, now that because I was there and I had the conversation, but Diana, what struck me is this: we eliminated New Jersey and New York, and we know that, for example, in New Jersey, Magda is there, and they had a big fight with Nini with Big Daddy, and then of course we know that we have Akinamitotos in New York, and the people that you guys had mentioned in your conversation, because you mentioned Mitotos, eh? So I wondered how.
Mintotos does not have the intellect to make this particular call. She doesn't fit the bill. Please remove her. Yeah, and it's out of respect. She doesn't have the intellect.
Diana, you're so
And it's
shady.
no, really, seriously, she doesn't have like this requires.
You can call 911.
No, I'm being serious. This is not just a particular call that you make to 911 like regularly. No, this is the house is burning. No. Yeah, this is a different kind of call.
Right. So I think what we got stuck on is because when Steve Nice mentioned the two states and when he said Atlanta, you didn't say neither yes nor no. So it seemed like you were actually validating his theory, which was Atlanta. You said, no, it's not Florida. So then we were stuck as we were watching that that live. We wondered, why did we leave out New Jersey, New York, Carolinas? That didn't make sense. And I think that's why people concluded it was Atlanta because you didn't say anything.
It was not involved. Like I only answered to what was put forth, right?
Right.
Even if you looked at the comment section, I didn't see anything like that. So like there was no need for me to bring it on, right? It didn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's why people went with Atlanta because you also didn't say no to Georgia. You said no to Florida. So it was only one choice left on the table.
I said no to Florida because I know for sure the person is not from Florida. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So it was a no-brainer. That's why.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Steve only had one choice. We widened the gap. So we don't know. We're going to keep guessing which state. Maybe we have...
I'm sure you're a smart person. Seriously. It's the East Coast. That's all.
Yeah, we know for sure it's the East Coast, but we're trying to figure out where in the East Coast, Diana. We don't have choice. At least you'd have given us more choices than just when Steve left us in Georgia. You didn't even give us a hint.
Yeah, there's enough. What you have is enough. Like, see, you don't need more than that. I think that right now, for those who choose to pay attention,
yeah,
I'm sure I listened a little bit to what you were saying, and I even asked where I was, like, who is that person? So whoever is paying attention, whoever has the time to care, they would obviously, unasikia.
Yeah.
Ati I think pia Diana hajui huyo kola na anataka watu wa believe ni yeye.
But if it was you, would you say it, Diana? If it was you, for real, I'm asking.
I wanted to ask you a question, by the way, now that you asked that question.
Where?
If you are anonymous.
Yeah.
Would you say it?
No. Because I wouldn't want to be trolled and I wouldn't want people to come after me. So no, I wouldn't.
I guess then you may need to apply the same analogy.
True that. And also depends on my motive why I called. Was it like a vendetta? Was it like a
but how is vendetta applying when
No, I'm saying
something
depending on
actually happened.
why I called it anonymously, not in but this particular, but in general, if I call
Why do
911,
people call anonymously, by the way?
some people it's being evil, some people it's being protective. It depends. Like if I saw a crime, it depends. I don't want to be involved in some of this stuff.
What quantifies to evil in the judicial system?
Like now, no, personally, morally, in terms of your own integrity.
No, like seriously,
Like
is
what I mean, Diana,
in
is
the
if I
eyes
hate
of the
you.
judicial system, is there anything like evil?
No, not in the judicial system. I'm talking about morally. If I don't like you, Diana, and I see you doing something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to call and report Diana. That's not a legal reason. It's just I don't like you, but you broke the law. I can look the other way because it's not a big deal. If I saw you speeding, it's not a big deal, you know? But I can just call the cops on you. That's an example of,
Mumbi, I think you're smarter than that. Like seriously, now we're just having a conversation about just what it's not the moral compass has nothing to do with the justice. Zero.
No, we're talking about
like
calling
people
the
that can
police.
like saying evil, CG, what those things don't apply.
Can I interject? Why would you protect someone who's not protecting themselves?
Like, what are you saying?
If the caller called to protect someone, why would they call to protect someone who's not protecting themselves?
Because it's not your duty to come and put them at a place where they're not protected. Like, why would you make it your responsibility to reap that protection? That's irresponsible, gosh. Even call 911. That is not what is in question.
Yeah, which means
anybody can call 911, but for you to call for an arrest to be executed, you have to know why you're calling and what you're going to tell the police. That's what I'm telling you. Even mad people call the police.
No, I think you're just playing around with words. Mitoto's caused Samir.
Let me
to be
drop.
arrested. So you cannot say she's not that kind of.
No, then I mean it before I go down.
To be arrested.
Yes, Django, you have another question. You have another question.
He has capacity to execute such a simple call and cause an arrest to happen. That is what I'm putting to you.
And then, where did it end up?
It doesn't matter where it ended. We're talking about. It ended
up in being thrown in the trash. It was garbage.
Mitotos.
Yeah. Ebu Jungle, ask your question so that I can drop. If you have
my question is, yesterday you were so, do I say rude? Not rude, but to mean B, and the same applies to me.
Naribu platform yako. I thought umenipandisha hapa respectfully because mimi nimekuja kukujibu swali ulikuwa nayo. Mimi sijakuja kuja hapa vita na watu wako tafadhali. Because these are your people, you'll always remain with them.
Ignore comment section.
I don't mimi si ignoring comment section. I'm being honest. I never ignore comment section.
Sasa siwache to discuss kwa tuna discuss kwanza. Haki sioni hata comment section. Simengo at some point in a hang. Unanisikia?
Yeah, tunakusikia, muulize.
Okay, my question is, jana uli nini mean B, and then there is now Mitotos. And to me, both of them make sense. It depends for what conversation we're having. Why does it feel like you're all against these people who like, they try to give us some information about, just say tujatoka Karumaindo, so ignore the Karumaindo thing. Why are you against these ladies who will come and try to inform us?
I'm not against them. That's your notion. I'm not against them. Mumbi is here. I'm not against her. I've had a conversation with her. And like I said, even yesterday when I listened to her, I asked people because this is the first time I heard her speak, and I said, "Who is that?"
You are like, oh, you said
no. You know, you're trying to imply something different. I'm telling you, Mumbi is here, and I listened to her when I was on another platform, and I made a comment about her, and I said, Who
It's
the
not
hell is
Mombi.
that
I'm not talking
woman?
about Mombi.
I'm
not
just
talking about
giving you an
Mombi.
example because you're trying to crown it like that I'm against people with different opinion. I'm saying here, Mumbi is one person that I had talking on this platform, and I think on FYP is Siko Shua. And I said, who is that woman? She's brilliant. So, yeah.
So can
That's
we
your
play a
notion of
recording
you
of
trying to
yesterday?
say.
Can you play a recording
No,
of
no, no, no,
yesterday?
no, no. I'm not going back to yesterday. I'm not.
Okay, so
Let's just be honest.
I
It's not.
understand.
Why should we go over and over things again? Like seriously, that
Well,
doesn't
just
make
a
sense.
clarification. Did
You
anyone in
don't
the
get tired of that because those things don't make sense. Like rewinding and rewinding, it's exhausting. What I'm trying to tell you that people can have different opinions, people can have divergent opinions, but you don't. Even their recent meetup needs to be reported. Sielewi anasema nini Sally Leshan. I don't know what you're saying.
No,
Sikuelewi.
just for clarification, let me ask this, sir. Did anyone in the police department tell you that that call was from outside Washington State? You or
Department does not have to tell me.
your sources?
The police
According to
department
Dan,
does
it's
not
the
have to tell me.
sources. It's the source.
The police department does not have to tell you if a call was made to 911.
So you are relying on a source that is not official or authoritative.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Screenshots and phone records and screenshots are
nine.
official. Phone records and screenshots are authoritative, that are real. Those are things that work. You don't need a police. You don't need a police report to verify a phone record. Come on.
A screenshot.
Then I have a question from the comment
You
section.
can present a screenshot as evidence.
Yes,
Anyway.
those are presented many times in court. You don't know? You didn't know?
I didn't know.
Yeah, now you know.
I don't agree.
Yeah, screenshots are presented in courts every day. They are verified simply by the phone carrier.
Yeah, how do we know it is not edited or fake? How do we know?
That is now for the experts that want to verify in courts. It's not your duty.
No, I put it to you that you could have done a better job unge verify na police kwanza ndio tulete information.
Chekesha. So which document do you get from the police to verify that call is verified? Can you tell me now that you know?
No, there's a way you can ask her from the 9/11. You apply, you get a form, you fill in.
Oh God. Anyway.
Diana, because I know that you're not going to respond to that. I have a question from the comment section from Delilah. Says,
Yes,
Dan,
from who? Delilah is who?
Delilah. Comment section, I don't know who's that. Ulisema polisi walikuambia where Kanairo works. How is it possible?
My case with Kanairo, what I said, I can only say on my live and that's it. I don't need to explain it more here. And it's very possible for a person that is the person you're taking to court, it's very possible for the police to tell you his location and how far they have gone with the case. Very normal, very common, happens all the time.
So it's because you people had a case together, that's why you... Anyway, mi nilidhani the law act...
I reported him. He said he wanted to kill, it's going to kill me. He said on a live that he's going to shoot me and kill me. Yeah, the recordings are here. You can go look for them. You thought I was not going to report him?
Okay. Wait, so makijana, that's for another day. I think so far tumebaki kwa Steve with your story narrowing down to Georgia, but pia Steve ni kigeugeu, so we can't even trust him with whatever he says.
No, that is a single source.
Ati police gave me somebody's address. Who said? You see the way people are crazy in this platform. Nani alisema polisi walinipea address ya Kanairo? The police told me where he works. That's what I said. Now everybody is going crazy. ati nilisema address. Seriously. Ai, mtachizika bwana. You are having too many ideas for a very simple matter.
Okay. Diana.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. This is the last one. Since you said your person ndo or your person or you ndo mwenye alikupa hizo nini za the anonymous. Sasa anonymous amejitoa kwako. Yes baby. Nikupikie mkate. Sawa. Since the anonymous ameamua kujitoa yeye mwenyewe, what if sasa the police waseme ndo alijitoa wampeane? Like umeamua.
How do you know? Can you tell me where did ni wapi anonymous amejitoa?
Si kwako. Si amejitoa kwako.
Yes, and then no, okay, so kama amejitoa kwangu, how is that now revealing themselves? How? You people don't know that person?
But
how is that person revealing themselves? And I've also not revealed the person. How is that now revealing? That doesn't make sense. I've not jeopardized the person. I've not put that person out here. Nobody knows that person. Ama kuna mtu anamjua ajitokeze.
But you never took any action to verify that information.
That is what you want. That is what you want, you know? That is what you desire, but that's not how things work. That is what you desire.
That information.
What the information I have is enough. If you want anything different, or if you think it's not enough, bring something different. Bring something different that you think is better. Present it.
It's not in my interest to show anything.
Then what is your interest in trying to claim that there is more information while you are not even privy to what is already there?
To follow what people in Seattle are saying, not what you who is far away is saying.
You don't need to follow what I'm saying. It's not important for you to validate anything. It doesn't change anything at all.
Well, it does, because that's just a Juakali screenshot.
It doesn't. You're just all. It doesn't at all.
I'm telling you too that
anything you say does not change anything. It does not.
So we can choose to believe whatever you are strolling said.
Listen, if I put information out here, how you consume it, digest it, translate it is your business. Me, I've put the information. Yeah.
Also, you don't have
like
to
now. Say if you're here, you saying your name is Jungle. If I want to say Jungle is a bush or the Amazon forest, that's me. That's my opinion. You can't change that. Well, you know that's just a name, Cindy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's your choice. If you want to.
Listen, Diana. So you don't have.
I only have 1 minute here.
Okay, you two, you don't have to dismiss whatever you truly were saying, because that's what they said.
Listen, ndio maana nimesema enjoy yourselves. Mimi, I've been telling you people, enjoy yourself, okay? Give whatever thoughts you want to give. You're free to do so.
I have a question for you, Diana. For me as Mombi, I'm going to go away with the idea, and this is just me being guesswork, that do you know the person because you guys have communicated either by text or by calls or by email, DM, whatever, and you know for sure that they send you the screenshot. That's why you know for sure who it is.
Thank you.
That's the question.
I was affirming your statement.
Okay, so you're agreeing that you're in contact with the person. Okay, thank you, Diane. At least you validated what I thought to be true.
When we started this Mombi, I told Diana, it's the person who, it's either ni mtu wake wa karibu ama ni yeye. There's only two people.
Actually, I don't even think it has to be someone that's close to Diana. Come on, maybe let's say I have a thing with Diana, like I like, I'm a fan. I can send her the screenshot. Let's say I'm the one who called. I'll send it to her anonymously, or by whatever. I can create a Google account, whatever. Send her the screenshot and tell her it's me. Maybe she knows the actual person. Maybe she doesn't even know who the person is. She just got an anonymous tip. herself. So at this point, we're trying to figure out how did she
But
get
she
it.
said she knows the person. She said she knows that person. Mtu wake hizi mpeana.
Oh, okay, she did say that. Okay, I didn't hear that part. But to also
She
be
said she
fair,
knows the
Diana.
person.
But to be
Lakini
fair too,
Thank you,
aseme
Sailor.
it's a real screenshot, aja eliminate kama ni yeye alipiga.
oh, okay, then you can ask her that. But to be fair, Diana, I think we can, like you said, we can have conversations. Na hiyo part ya nani ya Minbi Jana and Mitotos, I think you are kind of leaning heavy on them with your analysis, and that's just my opinion.
Thank you. I felt so too.
Naona tucheze hiyo recording yenye watu wa Siaro wenyewe walisema jana. African girl, can you play it?
They don't know the mistakes. Nimekuwa kwa leo, nimepatia breakdown. ABCD from nilikuwa nimeshtuka. Mimi niko jela, I don't know what's going on. Niko ndani, sisi access internet, sisi access simu. Sasa mlichoka jela ulisema nini? Hiyo ni one bedroom ya Kenya. Nataka kurudi. Ukasema Steve, kurudi. Steve, listen. Let me listen. To be honest with you, we have a really great friendship with this crew. But the things I listen to and ask myself, can you see to this point with this type of people we call friends?
Hebu rudi tu hapo mwanzo usikie wanasema ni nani alimake hiyo call. Hebu rudia ndio kila mtu asikie vizuri.
Naona uliitiwa makarao na waambuku mani yoko wewe. Usiniite mnafiki wewe.
Wanasema ni Wambo who is based in Siaro. Endelea.
They don't know the mistakes. Nimekuwa kwa leo, nimepatia breakdown. ABCD from nilikuwa nimeshtuka. Mimi niko jela, I don't know what's going on. Niko ndani, sisi access internet, sisi access simu. Sasa mlichoka jela ulisema nini? Hiyo ni one bedroom ya Kenya. Nataka kurudi. The next time ulidinyo ukasema Steve, kurudi. Steve, listen. Let me listen. To be honest with you, we have a really great friendship with this crew. But the things I listen to and ask myself, can you see to this point with this type of people we call friends? Nasikia ndio kwanza nisema nifungwe, vifunguzi tupe kwa river. Ndio yeye akuja kadanganya, sijui nilidijana nani kuna video. Nasikia akasema wewe unaona hiyo video, ulipolizo ukaruka ukasema kuna video ipo. Okay, thank you. Hakuna hiyo video. Sasa wewe Mungu anaanza unataka kuna video mtu kama hii story ya kusema ukumbuki maneno ya wapi ndio ukumbuke. No. That's bullshit. Huyu akisema vitu all over this all true. Then tell him aniachane na mimi basi. Then fucking tell him. No, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Nimekuja
So in that recording, Biggie, who is the victim or at the center of the controversy, anasema amekuwa akichunguza tangu atoke, na akaconclude ni Wambo, na akasema clearly hapa that Joy played a role, na alisema Joy alisema afungwe na ufunguo itupwe. Hao wote ni watu wa Siaro. Mdada si wa Siato. Amekuja na ka screenshot, atujui kwenye kalitoka, akaja kuwa authenticated na anyone, hajaongea na policy ku verify. So she knows almost as much as you do about Siaro as all those who are not in Siaro. So why should we believe somebody who is in Pennsylvania tuachane na watu wenye wako Siaro ambao wako involved na hii story directly? Why is she even bothering to come out to tell us nani alipiga hiyo simu? Why?
Sailor Moon.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
We, Mungu wangu. Haya, sawa. Sasa Kenyanjui, what if, and this is my, I'm just overthinking, what if this person who sent that to Diana pia yeye alitumiwa na mtu kutoka Seattle? What if the original one like she's not the caller? Why is Diana trusting the source so much and eliminating the Seattle? Mko hapa ama mmelala? Ama ni mimi siko?
Umeuliza Kenya directly, so tunangoja Kenya ajibu.
Oh.
Umeuliza aje? Kama ilitoka nini Seattle?
Maybe for instance ilitoka Seattle ikakuja Pennsylvania, ikafikia huyo mwenye alimtumia then Pennsylvania.
Hatujui ilitoka wapi. It may as well have come to me before ni pushia Diana or anybody. So hiyo screenshot yake haina effect because authenticity yake haiko. We don't know if it's authentic.
Ama ni kama yenye yours truly ameonyesha. Mbona naamini yours truly kidogo, but anyway.
No, ukienda kwa net hata ChatGPT inaweza kutengenezea such screenshots.
Actually sijui kama umewatch ya nani. Hata wewe mwenyewe unaweza jifanyia ya yours truly venye yours truly amedemonstrate.
Exactly.
Demonstrated.
Unataka do not disturb ani call na *67. Aike namba yangu ni call na *67 yeah. Do not disturb, ebu call my phone but block your number anga na *67. Then add my ebu ni call nione vile nitaka. To you mama, this is what's on this. In the meantime, Pastor Tuli, enda kwa Google, ulize Google kama ukipiga 911 itakuwa saved kwa history yako. Enda kwa Google. Nitapiga 911 tutaona. Ngoja. Ndio hii mnaona, si mnaona at least nilikuwa najua this is an iPhone. Si unaona hii call yake, it's unknown, you've saved the contact. You see that you've saved the contact, unknown caller, and this is my call. I just changed my person. You see unknown call. As you can see, I spoke to this person yesterday for 33 minutes at 10:22 p.m. Oh my, she went and changed a contact on her phone to that number. There is somebody she's trying to clean their name.
Thank you.
That is what I'm saying.
Part of the phone call ya kusema mmepiga.
Ebu goja apigiwe uone Kenya.
It's called clean up myself. There's somebody's name that she's cleaning. She was part of that mess on the weekend. And because she also made those phone calls, then she's cleaning it up for them. Ooh, thank you. Look, this is what a blocked number would come off. Ooh. Blocked number. No caller. You don't show the a blocked number. I mean, called the *67 imetokelezea hapo pia, so she could also have called herself. I love that situation. Yeah. Si unaona? Si unaona? Ebu call tena na hiyo namba yako tena. Block me again, call me. She called herself. Not sinda yameni call saizi ndio inaonyeshana 10:27 p.m. Do DND call me again. Watasikia simu ikilia. DND
I can even call myself inasema no call ID, right? It's 10:28 decline. I don't want to show my other call logs. 10:28 ndio hii 10:28 mnaiona? Si mnaona no call ID, right? When I press it, a non caller, she called herself. Am I making sense?
Imeisha, ongeeni sasa.
Ndio nimemwambia it could be a jua kali screenshot. Hakuna mtu ameauthenticate legally, officially, authoritatively ya kwa that is the actual phone that calls that number. Even the phone, even the screenshot. How do you verify? You can only do that if you talk to the authority, and that is the police in Seattle. Wakupe information. Kuna freedom of information yenye mtu akiapply na nimemwambia unajaza form utapewa. She doesn't have that even. And what is her interest? Yeye wa huko Pennsylvania, East Coast. Ni nini ako na interest huko West Coast? Why is she bothering even?
Mombi, what do you have to say about that recording ya yours truly? Sisi tukarumindo tungojeza mutura jioni, but at least we are learning.
Exactly, Ebony. Focusing on the caller is futile. Even though Ebony ameandika, it is ultimately irrelevant. It has no force in law, it has no force in as evidence. It's just another propaganda. And I'm putting it to you that Diana ndiye alijitengenezea hii kitu. And it's not a real call. Otherwise, angejaribu kumu authenticate na polisi kama si alifanya. Kama amepewa ya mtu mwingine angetry ku find out kama inatali na records za Pennsylvania. Za nini Seattle.
Thank you for my first gallery.
By the way, lazima mtumie kwa mpesa, it's quite better.
Is she not a lover? Unasema ni mpenzi wake.
Amesema ameshajua ukweli kama alidanganywa pusi na mjomba. Yeye na huyu mjomba. Kwani wao wanaume kuna type of vision wanaendelea. They are
I'm in Minnesota. Okay. Mwenye Massachusetts ni Garo. Massachusetts. I said Massachusetts, okay?
No, that's not how we say it. That's not how we say it. We say Massachusetts.
Karina,
all right.
Do you want to come up? Because I want you to a penny for your thoughts. I'm in Minnesota. I'm in Minnesota. Okay. Thank you.
Minnesota.
the most information.
Yeah. Thank you, baby.
So mean B, mlifika wapi baby by the way mlifika wapi in this case? Yeah, the caller ID. What did you conclude? I just want your conclusion on the matter.
So unajua hiyo story ya caller ID, I just think Diana did not pay attention because Jungle is here. I think she was here and she can confirm vile alionyesha hizo screenshot. Jungle alikuwa anasema that report is from 911. And I think me and Kenya, we were in agreement telling them that this is just a screenshot of the person who called. But she didn't pay attention to that. And later nikawambia 911, as much as somebody was saying about some people call it foil, the way I've seen Karina writing, and here we call it the foil, F-O-I-L. So what I told Kenya, yes, you can request 991 calls. That is a public information, but I don't think unless the court has ordered or it has been subpoenaed, 911 can, in that situation, just a public interest, maybe 911, they can give me detail of the caller because that there's an ongoing case and it is putting the caller at risk, you know. So as much as 911 can give you information, kuna information zingine hawawezi toa. So at that point, then Diana explained that what she had was a screenshot, but at first, the way she was alleging, or from what we heard, and was the way she was
allege. What did they allege? This woman is abnormal, guys.
That was 991. She got information from 911. So we know
are these women okay?
We know it is somebody in Washington, Seattle.
No. Are these women normal?
Hakuna vile ninaweza call Atlanta direct. It has to go through.
No. You're wrong. When you call 911 right now, the first question they ask you is, what city and what state are you calling
Exactly. From? And I also never said what these women are saying. These women are abnormal, guys. Mimi hawa wanawake kichwa zao ziko sawa.
And then they connect with your local.
She's back.
You're calling from.
Thank you.
And that's what I said. Thank you, Karo.
I'm just telling you. Okay, I've called 911 multiple times, and the first thing they normally ask, tell me 911, what's your emergency?
You know, what is your emergency? Yeah. What state and what city and what?
So I've never been asked about when I report to my
They ask about the state and the city we are calling from.
Anyway, I agreed. You get connected to whatever state you want, and if I'm calling and I want to get to Atlanta, Georgia, it's not gonna be in an instant, you know. They have to transfer to 911 in the city in Atlanta, Georgia that I want to make a report on. So that is what I know. So whoever must have called that call, must have made that call, most likely was in Washington, but then is saying East Coast, so I don't know how it works. Yeah.
If you don't know how it works, you can Google, you can ask around, you can read books.
Yeah, but this is Karina.
Karina, hi.
I wanna start by premising this. Atlanta and the surrounding environment have had a very hard time with their 911 calls. They are documented, where even some of the 911 calls waited for like 5 minutes or more. Some were routed to other counties because of the wait time in the Atlanta, wait time. So this is a known issue in the Atlanta area, and this is why I am not disputing or saying that the call was made from Atlanta. But you cannot go to voicemail, you cannot hold on 911 call. In Atlanta, this is something that has been documented by reputable newspapers like the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and if you Google it, you will see it. So in Atlanta, we've looked at that issue. That said, I would want to know why somebody in Atlanta would have such a big interest in what's going on in Seattle.
That is it.
Call 911.
Hapo sasa ameuliza vizuri.
Yeah.
Na Karina sikiza kona akili aje.
Were pure and they accomplished the purpose that the person wanted.
Siku hizi akili ya Karina imetoka wapi, guys?
Would you at 6 o'clock in the morning? By that time, it's 3 o'clock in the morning in Seattle. Are you getting up to there? So somebody that could have called that phone would have been in East Coast. 3 hours.
Thank you.
Different.
At least mtu mwerevu wako hapo.
Hata hiyo retuna wherever, if they could have called, you could have been sure the phone call was made at 3 o'clock in the morning. But
yes.
Yeah. So
ambia hao madwanzi waelewe.
It was around 3 o'clock in the morning in Seattle time. Huyu mtu alikuwa anataka ku call police.
Nani, Karina, not Karina.
Yes.
Let me say something.
you know, I saw a lot of stuff and anyway, what is the
Yes, and
so you're discussing a screenshot and verify screenshot that you don't know where it came from, and now you're saying
the screenshot came from me.
When we're talking about time, how many states are on the East Coast?
And that's why I'm saying for you to have those screenshots, you have to be the person that actually called.
What screenshots are you talking about? Like 911 when you call, they have your screenshot. Let me ask you something. Let me tell you something
Napenda. Guys, lakini tuwadanganya, I really love Carol's mind. At least she's trying to make sense.
They do not have a screenshot of your phone.
Sasa leo nataka msikie vile Merupricha yuko smart.
Voice is being recorded. So like how high your donation, your time, of course, if you're anonymous.
Diana,
I'm just saying Caro babe. I'm not up here.
Wewe umemkatiza alafu saa yako uko kwa Baba tumefaitia want to talk. Ila kimadharau unasikia mtu pale wamemwona anaongea
the dispatcher is not like on an iPhone. Hello.
Hebu sikia huyu. Aki ukitaka kujua mwanamke.
Kwenye sasa wewe ulipiga hizo masimu ukachukua screenshot unakuja kubrag. But she was actually telling us she's the one that called. I don't know why this is complicated. She's the one that called.
Tell you.
How can I call? Nitumie Karina. Acha nikuonyeshe venye nimecall. She's the one that called.
Can I say something please, my darling?
Yes.
I will tell you, anyone, whether you're East Coast, North Coast, West Coast, Central Coast, anybody that has come up with any narrative that does not fit Diana has been very fast to provide the facts. If I was to place my finger on who called 911, it is Diana. And she is trying to prove it with screenshots. 911, when you make a call, and correct me if I'm wrong, Carol or Mama Chief.
Exactly. You're not wrong. You're actually right.
Send a screenshot to 911 when I make a phone call from Atlanta. She's the one that made the phone call. She knows when she made it. She has the screenshot, and she does not want anyone taking credit for it.
She calls somebody, the name starts with M, akaficha hiyo phone number, but I'm guessing it's somebody in Seattle kumwambia, nimemuitania. You think I'm so you deal with 911, are you serious?
Allah.
Makofi host, niliona hiyo M. Makofi host.
Kabisa. Sigiri makofi.
You guys, let me ask you the problem with TikTokers, Kenya. The problem of TikTokers, and this is what I've seen. You know, I come here, Merupriti, and come with information. You don't verify that information. You don't go behind.
We anataka information ikuwe verified, guys.
A 911 call.
Screenshot ya mwenye alipiga ali screenshot. Kwani ni mjinga gani yako nayo?
For yourself, when you Merupriti, I can come here and tell you guys, I can send you PS, and then you run with it without verifying.
What verification does she need?
Simu yako kama sio mimi nilipiga nikachukua screenshot ama mtu mwingine akapiga.
Thank you MP. Now we talking. Yes.
And then that is my question. And Diana Rose anapiga na one screenshot.
Anawatest muone kama nyinyi wajinga, ni yeye alicall. Let me give you a
look at this. When you're arguing about time difference, like you can argue time difference, and this is how people, if you're not careful, you people are left to be bullied and trolled and whatever. And it's not like somebody will mention your name as Jungle, whatever. They'll come and throw this, like you throw Let me finish by the way. So this is how people do it. They come throw red meat to you guys, and they don't run with it. And now this is the thing, you're discussing association stuff, but I'm like, it's beyond my understanding, like, really? So this is the stuff that you can do research, you can go read.
Go do research.
Read.
You can research, guys.
Georgia or Atlanta, because about Pennsylvania also is on the East Coast. Atlanta, Georgia, and then we say Atlanta because you don't even know, like, what's about
New York, yeah?
What for East Coast? Because the same
East Coast, by the way.
New York?
Like just like just do your research, man.
Let me give you an example, okay? The scenario is Diana alikuwa anacall hiyo speech kwanza aseme the cops were like, oh, you know what, you need to call 911 on this. So she called 911. When you call 911 sometimes they call you back. By the time 911 waiting for 911 call, akacall mtu ako anaanza na jina M, akacall mtu ako Siaro. Akamwambia mimi nimewacall, this is this. Of course, they called her back, akapatiana everything, and then they went over there. But she is the one that you call. You cannot have those screenshots unless you're the one that called or somebody that called sent it to you back.
Yes, somebody that called sent me. Sasa mweke hata hiyo pia. Mbona wataki hiyo option B?
Father, Biggie's lawyer Karina is entitled to confront accuser. Biggie's lawyer is the person that can even get that information.
No.
If that information is instrumental to Biggie's case, it is a FOIA request.
Thank you. Yes, the lawyer can go to that report and all that.
Freedom of Information Act.
She does not know that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Of information. We are
I dare Biggie's lawyer to do so. We see how far he can go.
All the levels, under Supreme Court, it has been upheld. If Biggie's lawyer wants to get who made that phone call, Biggie's lawyer can get that information.
Over their dead body. Over.
I don't know why I walk out calling people that graduated summa cum laude. Like Madwanzi, just because you are inadequate, a FOIA request, America does not play when it comes to freedom of information.
Yeah. Go and request.
She's the one that called. Anataka mkwe mnaulizana. Atawapiganisha kichwa kwa hii TikTok.
Alipiga, she wants the credit. Why they get to dig it down and they don't want the credit?
How she landed on
a FOIA request.
The call was from Atlanta. Hata sio huko tunajua kabisa. Ana indicate.
We know it was from Atlanta. Only hold on. The only thing that we know it was East.
Can you listen to me?
Can you listen to me? 1 minute. The only thing that we know right now.
They are having fun. Nijini wapatie clue ingine tena ifanye vichwa zao zichizike. Aki, I'm having fun.
Unless mtu kama mimi nilicall nikamtumia ama Mary Pretty or anybody in the East Coast, but it has to be Okay, Carol, let me say why the people concluded it is Atlanta. So Steve and Diana were talking, and Steve was questioning Diana. So in the process, Steve akasema, can I guess the state? Akapatia Diana 2 names. If you remember those that were listening to the live, Steve said it's either Atlanta or Florida, and Diana said it's not Florida and left it there. So that is why people are stuck to the Atlanta part, because Steve gave 2 states, Atlanta or Florida. Diana akamwambia sio Florida na comment about it. So Steve akasema so ni Atlanta, and Diana left it in suspense like that. So that's why people said it is Atlanta, and people concluded Mary Pretty stays in Atlanta, so it must be Mary Pretty, you know. That is their analysis, not ours. So
just hold on, please. Okay, go ahead, Karina. And the people that are in Seattle have been accused of time that they are trying to divert. And we in Atlanta, I live in Atlanta. We are not going to take your bullshit. And whatever it is.
And I also added New York. Why are they not thinking about New York? While in New York, there is actually a victim. What is wrong with these people? Why are they forgetting?
To innocent people.
I don't know. I'm coming back to
whatever shit that you're doing there.
I think we are
trying to grasp on straws. And it's not gonna work.
God was made by Diana, who was heavily involved back and as we call it. Let me see my doings. You people
the moment alisema Atlanta, so you know the way people in comment section people say Atlanta, who is there? We all people, it seems people know that you're born in Atlanta. Now alisema the name starts with M, and you are my name.
No, I did not say that. Guys, they need to stop. Sikusema, Aki guys, sikusema anything. I did not.
M person on the screenshot. Yes, into the comments. Oh, nasema kuna so. Of course, you listen to me.
Listen to Mosai.
Who is beating me? Can you shut the fuck up? Wakati walisema Atlanta ilikuwa MOB.
Mungu sasa.
Dereza mwenye miudi na kupiga ngumi ya muongo kwa hiyo. Fanya psychological. Mimi I'm concentrating alafu kuna modereza mwenye ananimute. Wakati walisema Atlanta it's either MP ama you are strolling, okay? Hizo zingine za ujinga.
Yours truly does not have the brain to call the police about Bigdaddy'S case. So hivyo mtoe hapo, hana hii akili.
And the person that was heavily involved mpaka kwa court to say Bigdaddy kama atalala ndani ama atatoka. I don't know why you pull your dogs outside the box and connecting the dots. Allow me to laugh and say something. You know, Carol, and when you put it down and you said, "Oh yeah," then the caller must have been by him.
Aki biashara umerudi hapa. Aki biashara.
Mosai, wait, just relax. We are first laugh about this. Maybe by the way, you can analyze what's in emotions. I'm just saying how the picture looks like. And that's biashara. If I'm wrong, correct me. But why would you be? Mimi nikikutia police, by the way, nitakuwa na involve kama ulishikwa kama umetoka. You know, nani alikuwa anasema hizi vitu zote? You people are not even looking at that picture. You're just looking at the phone call.
Tabitha?
The person that called was Diana. I had a question from Mindy or Karina or anyone here. My question was, if I make an anonymous call and I request that my call remain anonymous, and I'm reporting something that has to do with kupigana, and then someone comes and starts searching and they're trying to figure out who I am, doesn't that allow me to start reporting and saying, hey, these people are trying to figure out who I am. I don't know what is going to happen after that, which is a felony. So Diana is never going to put herself in a position where she can be told you were bringing the information about this anonymous caller to TikTok. Okay.
Who is this? Who is this? Huyo ni nani?
He played 100%.
Anaitwaje? Huyo ni nani, guys?
Me, I connect the dots. I don't judge with emotions.
Huyo ni nani anaongea?
Look outside the box and I connect the dots. And that's my conclusion. You may not have to agree with it, but Anikama, do you know those serial killers? They kill somebody and they are playing at who's gonna guess I killed this person and I brag. You're not even looking at that point. Catch me if you can. That is the statement. That's what you call. Catch me if you can.
Biashara yako. Thank you so much. Biashara yako.
Yes, Karina.
Unfortunately, 911 calls are not anonymous.
Okay,
as much as people want to think they are not.
But
based
what I'm saying,
because they protect
the caller, that's why they say they cannot disperse that information to you, so they say it's anonymous.
Response?
Yeah, they cannot come and say, oh, Karina called the cops. When the cops come there, they cannot say, oh, Karina called the cops for you, by the way. No, they're going to say anonymous call. But they already know who did call.
They are not. So can I answer the caller without you interrupting, because I didn't interrupt you?
Yes, Karina.
Based on where you are, they are not anonymous. That is public information. And
my question is,
if you have a very good lawyer, they will even unveil them if they believe not unveiling them is going to be prejudicial to their client.
And I understand that. But they're also protecting the caller, because caller can be bullied. Somebody can go and shoot the caller. So the caller is also protected, Karina, and they got you have to understand
that too. Based on the jurisdiction, the judge is going to weigh.
Yes. But haizi wave kokoti aseme, it's not gonna come out. Haizi wave kokoti iyo Big Daddy akikuwa kwa kesi hiyo time aseme. And that is why call the cops on you, no?
Can you do a simple Google search, Karoem?
No, I don't think ataandikwa kokoti, nope. And my question, Karina, is this.
Hey, unakaro kumbe anakuanga mwerevu.
Okay, let me just say anybody.
Nani typing and deleting, you are so funny. Umesema Karina gets on.
And I say, I don't want you to know I made the call. Because my life is, I am afraid for my life, right? So when Biggie, okay, so now the person goes online and is trying to figure out who did it, and then other people get into it. I can call and say, hey, I am now very afraid because they're trying to figure out if I made the call, and I'm afraid of what will happen next. If my abuser is the one trying to search for me, that is a problem. So I understand what you're saying, that there's nothing in this country.
Yes,
because of the Freedom Act.
A problem. However, you will have to know Freedom of Information Act is also very alive and well in the US.
Yes.
And if they balance it out, my lawyer, for me, acha tuseme mimi ni Biggie na wewe ni Pesh. We will argue it out before the attorney, before the judge. They will be trying to protect you, but I will be saying it is prejudicial that my client can go to jail because of this, and it's up to the judge to balance that. And that is why even a simple Google search will show you not all 911 calls are protected. depends on the jurisdiction, on the severity of the case, and other extenuating circumstances. That
Okay.
is a very simple Google search.
And I understand you, Karina. When the caller called, sorry, when the caller called, they found him violating, right? So he was in a mistake, right? Thank you.
No. The caller is not a jury or
Was he arrested again?
so they cannot be saying you are violating anything. They are expressing their concern.
Getting my question. You're not getting my question. I say,
What was
if you
the question?
call, you might be rescuing somebody that is dying. My question is, if you're rescuing somebody that is actually violating that court order, by the way, the DA office and the prosecutor, they are best friends. They cannot remove your name. Believe you me.
Okay, can you do more research?
I know.
And then
Don't
we
talk
will
about research. You're talking
reconvene on
about
that.
things.
You are arguing from a
Caro is
point of
right.
ignorance.
They cannot. Okay,
You are arguing from a point of
connect the
ignorance.
dots.
You are arguing from a point of ignorance. Educate yourself.
No, we're here to I'm arguing to the point of things that I have seen. Karina, my question is this.
Yes.
You're speaking. Don't argue with the lawyer. I argue with reality.
Proceed.
Thank you. And don't call me ignorant. Don't call me ignorant again.
We don't mind.
You don't have to be messy for me to get
I actually love this. I love this conversation. It's nice.
Let me say this. You don't have to be vulgar.
Me, I enjoy.
You can be respectful. You don't have to call me ignorant. Thank you. Argue your point without mentioning names, Karina. Thank you.
Being called ignorance, you Matusi.
Don't call me ignorant. Thank you.
You are arguing a point that's not informed. Okay.
Why don't you go and Google on TikTok, on whatever website and bring the name?
I don't get to Amanda. I do have legal resources available to me.
Amanda. Karina, you're speaking about it when it reaches the point of the prosecutor and the lawyers at that point. But I'm talking about on the ground here. If people are trying to figure out if I made a phone call because I was afraid of something, can you do that? Can you start trying to investigate who called? Let's say I'm your sister-in-law, and now you want to investigate who called about your brother. Wouldn't I be able to say I am afraid of what you're doing?
You can, and I will let you victims and a lot of the people that are part of the side of the prosecution have a lot of protections. But also for the defense to make a credible case, they can make their arguments, and part of that argument may be this person that made this phone call has been on Kenyan TikTok saying 1, 2, 3. They have already pierced the veil of protection. They do not need that protection. So it is so many factors that go into it. It is not a one-size-fits-all. Because if you are a victim, let's say Diana is the person that made that phone call. Diana has been here jumping like popcorn on TikTok, perpetuating another.
Please allow me to laugh there.
If that is prejudicial to Biggie as the defendant. Me as his defendant, I can come and say, this person that we are protecting has pierced the veil. We want
but let me ask. I want to ask you, how is that related to me? Mimi, I'm not part of the case. Yamen.
Pretending to know on a court that would deny that. It would be a mistrial.
Exactly, rowdy baby. At a mistrial. Yeah. People are delusional in this platform.
Just finish it since you are not done. Just finish. It is not a one-sided thing. The judge knows who reported. The defense has their resources, and the prosecution has their resources. Awezi kuja huku and be prejudicial to my client you are advancing narrative, ukidhani
Come on.
umejifika, while that narrative is prejudicial to my client. I'm gonna fight you, and no judge knowing that it is you, because a judge atafichwa ni nani alireport. Huyu ndiye mwenye alireport na narukaruka huku TikTok kama popcorn and everywhere else.
Karina, Big Daddy was violating no contact wherever order. So whoever reported, even if they reported, he was within their just of calling. Maybe they were saving the other person. So the judge doesn't even give a fuck who called 911. Was the order violated? You should be concentrating on that. Thank you.
Okay, just to add on your point, Caro, I did say you are right because
know all that stuff.
Okay, so one thing I want to say, Caro, Karina saying the defense here, Biggie can request all this documentation. I think that one can't work as of now because Biggie violated the order. Unless somebody kept tipping the police that Biggie is violating the order, the police respond, there's nothing, like multiple times, that constitutes to harassment. But again, the same law that gives us,
you can ask your lawyer. You're asking your lawyer and you have violated. Let me tell you something. It is protecting people.
Okay, fine. So the same law that gives you Freedom of Information Act is the same law that protects witnesses and protects anybody that tips the police. That is why there's some information. Even if you do the you apply
me now what when you're protective custody.
Yeah, you applying for the.
You wanna say your lawyer will bring those when we're protected.
Okay, let me just finish, Caro. We are on the same page.
But you will never see them again.
Okay, so you requesting as much as the Freedom of Information Act and you requesting you have a right to access public information, doesn't mean you automatically get the information. They have to see reason for requesting this information.
Give you that name,
what are the implications?
You're giving more work to police.
What are the implications of you getting this information? So it doesn't mean as much as you have the right and the freedom, you can just get any information you want. And that is why some of this information, the judge has to subpoena, for this information to be availed. At the same time, we have to protect the tips. We have to protect witnesses. So in this case, and remember, we have freedom of expression. Diana coming online saying that she's the one who called the 911. What crime has she committed? Just by talking, the call was anonymous. What crime has she can talk, she can say whatever she wants, unless now it is impacting the case. That's what I believe.
It's mean B, that's exactly how it is. We don't just take the mic.
Ameanza kufikiria, ameanza kutumia akili kidogo.
As much as it is protecting the victim, I said it is also protecting the alleged perpetrator to get a defense that is adequate for them.
Perpetrator doesn't have to know the name of the person that actually called the cops on them. Believe you me. If you as a perpetrator, you go and take a gun and you go and shoot that person, then they have another case. That's why you can never know who called.
And thank you. And one on the park, because that's the precedent that I'm citing.
This red Karina is embarrassing herself, and she needs to stop because that looks bad. In my opinion, Aki awache kujikosea heshima hivyo.
Not being reasonable.
Zubeida umelala?
Hapana.
Na usingizi imepotea, tucheze rekodi nyingine. Nimeona Ivake hapa.
By who? Are you serious?
I have no idea.
Are you serious? The names of the anonymous and the witnesses, including the one that are in protective custody, will not be prevailed. Thank you.
You are not aware with what powers the courts have, Carol.
Oh, let them show the perpetrator, and then the perpetrator, let them show the caller, and then the caller is killed by the perpetrator. Do you know the family of the caller can sue the government?
Can I say something?
Are you aware of that bullshit? Thank you.
Actually, as I said, 911 callers are usually heroes and heroines when they save lives and when they report crimes. Hello? So there's like 911 callers are held like wanakuanga hata wanapewa awards for calling 911 for saving lives.
Jamani, huyu anasema nini? Jamani, huyu mwanamke jamani. So if they are nini for saving lives inamaanisha nini?
So sito Kenya mnaweza umiza watu kichwa. Hebu nitie pombe yangu.
In America they say if you see something, say something. That's it. So if I call 911 for a crime or anything that's happening somewhere, I am not committing a crime for you to know if I call 911 for you. I'm not committing a crime. So that person have no business.
You are not committing a crime.
So why would you entitled to a defense? So so let's go defense then. So if you were to defend a client in this case, what would be the reason for you to get my information as a 911 caller? And how is that going to help your case since your client already violated the order?
You are assuming my client violated the order.
I'm not assuming because it is like that the person was violating that point.
Guys, hii conversation inanifurahisha.
So you want to say your client was
circumstances?
No. That's a factual evidence that he violated the order. There was no probable cause that he would not be arrested.
Karo, guys.
Government. Bitch, I'm a paralegal, so can I speak as an outsider of the US?
You can have a grown conversation.
Imagine Toros. This woman cannot even comment about why are you vulgar? Why are you vulgar? Because you're not making sense. You are vulgar because
you don't have to go that route.
You are vulgar because you are not making sense.
Wow, my boys.
Why unanitusi kwa nini? Kwa sababu I gave you 10-0.
Because you're not making any sense.
I am making any sense. Wewe tuonyeshe kokoti ni wapi witness mwenye alikuwa 911 anaitwa mpaka witness.
Karina,
shut up. By the way, usinitusi wewe malaya, unasikia?
You do not. Malaya wa mama.
Wewe, unaona? That's why I can't argue with this.
Yeah, malaya mamako umbwa.
Karina.
Nyinyi watu wa
malaya.
Wacha kutukanana, guys. Can you please take over for the world?
Menianza wewe ipigia nilikuwa na conversation. My eyes handle a conversation. Karina, if she's not winning, anaanza kukua vulgar. Why are you vulgar? Why are you fucking vulgar? Why can't you hold a fucking damn conversation?
Okay, why?
Hold a conversation, Mario. Hold a fucking conversation. If you cannot hold a conversation, shut the fuck up.
Can you?
Kinyanjui, please take over. Please.
Mimi ndo adroka kiendelea. Pero na Karina mchunga, I'll drop you guys. We are here to engage, not to insult each other.
Never do that.
We are here to engage, guys.
I was having umesikia nimetusi mtu leo. I'm having conversation. Thank you.
Okay, so now let's do this, huh? The story is that someone got a screenshot from wherever and was trying to convince us that screenshot is adequate evidence kuwa mwenye alipia hiyo simu, one, hakuwa wa Washington State, 2, alikuwa wa East, na 3, alikuwa wa Atlanta. That was a very stupid attempt at convincing even someone who lives in Gomongo like me. I cannot be fooled by such a screenshot. Kitu ya kwanza, screenshot haupewi na 911.
Sikieni mjinga. Nani alisema ilitoka kwa 911? Aki huyu mwanaume anakuanga mjinga hivi.
whatever they wanted to do, whether it was to divert the facts or to convince us for whatever reason, and story kwanza hata isha ladha, why they were bringing up hata sijui. But
huyu anasikia uchungu hajakuwa able kupata ni nani.
was discussing about
the pain.
That's an irrelevant thing.
Oi, what a dimwit.
To keep us busy. But they are diverting from the story, and the story is that something happened in Seattle, and it was perpetrated by the cartel, and the cartel wants us to divert from their ills, what they did. And Steve Nice is part of it. Jojo is part of the cartel, and so is Lady Monique. We can name a few of them. That is where the story is. According to Biggie, it was Wambo, also known as Emma. That is his version. He could also be right. But it could also be right that someone from within Seattle called and someone from without Seattle also called. Hakuna limit ati huwezi call. So siseme ati ni mtu mmoja tu alicall. How many people saw Biggie wakiwa na Pesh live? Many. Hata mimi ningekuwa na interest ningecall. And I'm sure ingefika. Hata kama niko huku Ngomongo Village plot 15. Ama mnaonaje guys?
Kinya, lakini tukumbuke Diana hakusema ati alitumiwa screenshot na nani 911.
Yeah, so kusemaje?
Hakusema alitumiwa screenshot na 911. So it's either ni yeye alipiga ama mtu mwenye alipiga ndiye alimtumia screenshots, lakini si 911.
That's what I wanted to say. Hakusema amepoa na 911. Na kama si alipiga, either mwenye alipiga aliconfide in her, ama mwenye alipiga alitrust mtu akatumia huyo mtu na zikafikia Diana.
Ya mwenye alimtumia either ni yeye alipiga ama anajua mwenye alipiga. Kwa hiyo screenshot hawezi tu iokota hivi hivi. And that's where Steve Nice comes in. Steve Nice was the one coordinating. In my arguments, Steve Nice alipanga hizi vitu zote on behalf of the cartels. Steve Nice is the only person with access to all the information apart from the cartel leader. Wacha niache kuongelea sana.
Kinya, usikumbushe Steve Nice alijifanya anaenda Maldives na hakwenda. Mkome Steve Nice.
Lakini wawezi to divert from that.
You went down ulale. Good night.
From the initial conversation, from the initial conversation where everybody was out here screaming Steve Nice, it all ended up being so clear it wasn't. So I think for people who initially ile siku ya kwanza believed that because yes, they had a fallout and he was happy and all that, believed that he's the one who set everything up. I think those people are still stuck there, that bado ni yeye. But I think, guys, you should have had a change of mind that if clearly he was not involved the first time, then after everything that happened, he wouldn't have wanted to be involved the second time.
Thank you, opinion. And the reason that I'm saying is that person, this was well orchestrated thing. Okay? The person that called has communication with the people in Seattle.
Now you're talking, Carol M.
This is a person that is in the East Coast, but they have they communicate with the people in Seattle. Kabla huyu wa East Coast a call, they must have known the address, everything. So this is a well orchestrated thing from East Coast to West Coast. So the problem is, who is that in West Coast that actually did some shit like that?
Then I'm gonna add on to something. Now, Steve Nice knows how it feels to be accused of something you haven't done, right? Because he was a victim the first time.
where everybody thought he had everything to do with it. So unless he's out here to bring evidence and say, Mimi na minini so and so and here's my evidence, then he shouldn't be there speculating and giving ideas who it could be in case he's wrong. Because he's once been a victim before, why should he put somebody else in such a situation?
Opinion, I agree with you, but again, Dada, somebody was asking why this information came now. Diana, I think, if I heard it right, was saying that people have been accusing Joy, so she came to clear Joy's name. A few people, that's what she said. She said Joy is her friend, and you stand by your friend. So she came to clear Joy's name and said Joy did not call the 911 call. The person who called is a female. People mentioned Jojo. She said no. Yeah, a couple names were thrown there. I think Steve was the one throwing the name. So just like you said, Steve has been a victim of false allegation, and I think he wasn't the one supposed to be by Diana's side. For clarity, Diana did not mention any names like to suggest who it could be. She did suggest who she doesn't think it is, but all the names were written on the comment section. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Una recording kwa Dolly. Steve told on them. Today sijama jana maleo kwa Dolly.
Walikuwa wanaonyeshana screenshot.
Mimi nataka kujua.
No, because is that the one that ilikuwa na screenshot?
I know Bigdaddy'S on the left on the screen, and Jojo and Steve Nice is in that room.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, then we need to watch that one. All right.
How do you give somebody from East Coast information like wise? Even before that, I'm assuming these people could have been talking even before 911 call. You know, they are good friends. And then all of a sudden there's this event. Alikuwa na mcall. Kwanza niye alikuwa namuuliza address nini. Even before that, kwa nini aonyeshi before that phone call? Anataka kuonyeshana ati I did this. But after making that 911 call, even without them calling you back, you had to call somebody with which you are, you know, highlights. You can highlighting or blacking out that name. So this is somebody that you're actually alerting. They are on the way, Yawa. This is what was a well orchestrated thing, believe you me.
Kabisa. Na msisahau Steve anapenda hizo maunga. Anyway, kuna hii recording I think itasaidia tukisikiza. Imeandikwa is Steve nice reliable. Wambo did what Steve? 3 years of friends. Please to appear.
Is that the one that nani amesema nakutumia? Hiyo iko na Big Daddy.
Umetumwa na Jenta ya.
Okay.
Let's listen. It's short. Si mrefu vile.
Guys, before we was a recording, remember the day tuliambia Big Daddy that we were really upset about him giving the lions. You guys remember? Yes. Big Daddy told Pesh, you know who called. Can you give the name? I know, you Pesh know, and I think Dramaaa knows. Si unakumbuka akiwa kwa live akiambia Pesh, sema ni nani tunajua.
Yes.
Okay.
Mwenye hata sahi anani inbox akitaka kujua nani alituma message.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Be patient.
Yeah.
They don't know their mistakes. Nimekuwa kwa leo, nimepatiwa breakdown. ABCD from nilikuwa nimeshtuka. Mimi niko jela, I don't know what's going on. Niko ndani, sisi access internet, sisi access scene. First time nilitoka jela kama nini? Hiyo ni watu wa Kenya. Nataka kurudi. The next time ulinido. Ukasema Steve like kurudi. Steve, listen. Let me listen. To be honest with you, we have a really great friendship with this crew. But the things I listen to and ask myself, can you see to this point with this type of people we call friends? Nasikia ndio kwanza nisema nifungwe, vifunguzi tupe kwa riba.
Umesikia hapo? Biggie mwenyewe ndiye amesema, sio mimi.
Sijui ni kijana na nani kuna video. Unasikia akasema wewe umeona hiyo video. Ulipoulizwa ukaruka ukasema kuna video ipo. Okay. Thank you. Hakuna hiyo video. Sasa wewe mbona unaangalia kuna video mtu kama hii story ya kusema kubuki balende. Bobi ndio ukumbuke. No. That's bullshit. Huyu akisema vitu all over also then tell him ajatana na mimi basi. Then fucking tell him.
Nimeshi hapo. Anyway, mimi niko na dementia. Nani mitotos. Yep.
Lala.
Ndio yenye nimeplay.
Zubaida.
Na kama watch
Zoo.
Also
Zubaida.
Ngoja hiyo yenye unacheza before you
Zubaida amelala guys. Nikia ninaona nikienda nini? Nani anaitwaje? Brandy yuko hapa? Brandy, nani ni moderator hapa chini na kwa hapa? Nipo nione. Nani ni moda hapa?
wako jenta. Alafu sikiza
Kuna moderator mwenye ako aweka hapa?
Sijui kama unanisikia. Ukiangalia kwa ile
na account nyingine.
Ukianza kulia. Wakati alikuwa anasema ana miss Pesh. Hiyo live ukiona Biggie alikuwa amevaa miwani za Pesh. Sijui kama miwani za Pesh ama miwani za
hapa. Nandi huko. Haya wacha nini? Wacha ni nakuja na ile simu yangu ingine mpandishe hiyo ndio ni nini?
Just a love kwa sababu akadhat Pesh anakuja wanakutana na Biggie. Hata utasikiaje? Atiza Pesh. Hiyo siku Biggie akilia vile alikuwa anaweka music akilia and then all of a sudden wakapatana. Biggie alikuwa na Pesh. No, alikuwa na huyo Wambo kwa nyumba. Nilikuwa nasikia Wambo akiongea if you watch that live.
Yeah.
At some point walisema ati Wamboi alilala chini ya kitanda Pesh akidinywa. You did not hear that?
Guys.
It's the truth yawa.
Now the thing yenye nakumbuka Biggie
alifanya 2-3
kwa sababu Wamboi and they came and said Wamboi alichukuliwa na Big Daddy, hakuwa na hao wakae na yeye, but every time Big Daddy ako na mtu kwa hao anamfukuza, analeta manzi yake anarudi Big Daddy akimaliza.
Yeah.
This is a messy sharing Seattle.
Aliwacha Wambo kwa nyumba.
Alimfukuza kwa streets one time na wengine akamwambia lala tu chini ya kitanda. Wambo alikuwa nasikiza watu wakitombana huko.
Aliacha Wambo akiosha vyombo akaenda kwa hoteli ya Pesh, akakula Pesh, alafu akarudi akafukuza Wambo ndio Pesh akakuja.
Babu wana time walisema ati Wambo alikuwa chini ya kitanda, alikuwa nasikia kila kitu.
Hiyo kitanda ikai iko high hivi vile unaweza
kuingia. Hiyo time alikuwa na bed haiko imechukuliwa.
No, lakini Irene, hiyo siku alikuwa analia hiyo video. Hiyo siku walipatana na Pesh later. Wambo alikuwa kwa hiyo nyumba. She was there. You could hear him talk to her, tell her like fanya hivi nini, and then all of a sudden ameenda. Alafu maybe vile walikuja Wambo alifukuzwa, Wambo akakasirika. Hata mimi ningekasirika why ukinifukuza siku nitakutia na kwanza nitakutia na one.
Wambo ni kama kalikuwa kana unajua venye mtu kama like another place unatafuta mahali kukaa. You know, kama umemsijui nini ya situation yake. The only person that volunteered kumpatia kwa kulala ilikuwa Big Daddy. But Big Daddy I think alikuwa na maisha yake. So
Lakini
Wambo akajikuta kwa shughuli za Big Daddy.
Anakontroliwa sana na Steve.
Si Steve amchukue amweke kwa inewebo cha nimi.
Control sana kwa ajili hizi.
Kwa nini Steve amhost hata Wambo ana akili? At least Big Daddy amekuhost. Kwa nini yo Steve Nice asikuchukua ya kuhost ama hao wengine? Kwa nini Big Daddy alikuchukua akakuhost? Unajua mimi siwezi leta mtu kwa roho yangu. Kwani sina akili?
I believe there was more than one call. Moja from Washington na ingine from outside Washington. That is very possible, isn't it? To 911. Wamo could have called as in nobody. I don't think she's that dumb ati ajiko call 911 akasirika. Anajua ati kuna sherehe inaitangwa ya no contact, aliona ikibreakiwa. She's not that dumb. And of course she had a motive. She was angry. So
kama alikuwa na dinyo na Big Daddy anasikia poa, and then all of a sudden anasikia Big Daddy akona manzi. These are the things that happen actually in America.
Absolutely.
And then Big Daddy amemchukua, and then the next day atitoka Rudy, but the people that were actually enticing her to call that.
On the contrary,
why are they not? Thank your opinion. Why are they not hosting her?
But on the contrary as well. On the contrary, Wambo still anaweza kosa kupiga because Biggie sasa akiingia ndani tena na ajua akiingia ndani this time atatoka after how long? Ataishi wapi?
Kwa naishi kwa Big Daddy atakuwa analipa rent. Anaweza kaa huko as long analipa rent. Anaweza maintain hiyo hao by the way.
Kwani saizi anaishi wapi? Hebu tujiulize that from the start.
Ngoja, this was earlier today. Ngoja.
No wonder uliitiwa makarao na Wambo kumanyoko wewe. Usiniite mnafiki. Wewe mnafiki. Wewe na wewe at least wewe.
Umesikia?
How even they don't want shit.
That was earlier today.
They don't want the mistakes.
Remember ya kuitwa karao na Wambo could have meant the first time ile ya kugongwa na chupa.
That never existed.
Okay.
Unataka kurudi the next time political ukasema Steve kurudi.
To the conversation, how it got to there, and aisema into that statement, so you can tell it's current. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's today. It has to do with why he was arrested, not why she just called. The conversation was why he was arrested, and that was his rebuttal. And akamwambia you owned it, and he was proudly like, okay, I own that part. You could see it in his face. Kama iko kwa Dolly, not Dolly, iko kwa tick tourist.
This is the one that I've just played. Am I replayed?
At the beginning, I don't think everyone had that, but I don't think so.
Able to reach kwa leni short, just a few minutes too.
Can I meet totos?
Ikiwa makarao na Wambo kumanyoko.
Ndio.
Wewe mnafiki. Wewe na wewe at least wewe uko na mistake. How even they don't want shit. They don't want the mistakes. Nimekuwa kwa leo nimepatiwa breakdown ABCD from nilikuwa nimeshtuka. Mimi niko jela, I don't know what's going on. Niko ndani, sisi access internet, sisi access scene. Last time mlitoka jela kama nini? Hiyo ni one bedroom ya Kenya. Unataka kurudi the next time political ukasema Steve kurudi. Steve, listen. Let me listen. To be honest with you, we have a really great friendship with this crew. Yeah. But the things I listen to and ask myself, can it reach to this point with this type of people we call friends? Nasikia ndio kwanza alisema nifungwe, vifunguzi tupe kwa river. Ndio jana kuja kadanganya ati nilidanganya na nani yako na video. Unasikia akasema wewe umeona hiyo video. Ulipoliza huko Karubu kasema kuna video hiyo. Okay. Thank you.
Hakuna hiyo video.
Sasa wewe mbona unadanganya kuna video mtu sema hii story ya kusema ukumbuki baadaye ya nitakueleza kwa video ukumbuki. No. That's bullshit. Huyu akisema vitu all of us also then tell him I answer that maybe that. Then fucking tell him.
Steve is asking her to tell Nani the truth. To tell Awanda the truth. And she tilted her head back. Like, oh shit.
No, the thing is, hao ni watu wa Siaro wote na wanasema ni Wambo alipiga. Mdada manyesua huko anasema si mtu wa Siaro. How?
Stop. But let me say something. I don't know. Also, for Wambo, unless Wambo told somebody that she called, hata Big hawezi jua ni Wambo. Unless Wambo aliambia watu ni amepiga. Kwa sababu if the call was made anonymous, those nini hazijakuwa released to anyone. So kama Wambo hakuambia mtu, hata wao wana guess. Hawajui.
And how is it Wambo can be calling 6 o'clock in the morning unless alikuwa side ya Boston ama alikuwa side ya
No, mimi siwezi enda na hiyo screen. Your screen is not evidence.
It does not matter, but
No. But the screen, whatever I'm not going with that. There's no evidence.
Okay, Melufrini, but I don't think ni Wambo. I think Wambo in this situation. Yeah. Let me tell you something. When somebody is hosting you and you're that desperate enough, you're always gonna be a scapegoat.
Yeah, but
so I don't think she's the one that called.
A screenshot is done. Is like which 1 minute a screenshot. If you want me to build my argument based on that, I can't.
Actually, right now I'm gonna start going with the way Kinyanju is saying. Yeah, it might be have. As I see how Joy and Steve Nice, they were collaborating with Diana Rose. Kill me if you can. Exactly. But I think that's the situation. And I stand with whatever I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the situation.
Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me right now?
That's why Steve Nice alikuwa anakuja. Unajua Steve Nice hata ni mjinga anaweza kuja kwa live. Najua. I know it. Yes,
Merubridi na Karo munisikiza kwa
usikuje kuniambia mimi ate I'm your girl, sijui I don't want that bullshit.
Of course you are my girl, baby. Okay. Nilikuwa nasema hivi. Ile screenshot ilitolewa. Screenshot hakuna vile mtu anaweza toa screenshot.
So the only time he can be quiet.
Musai utapigwa na hiyo bibi yako mara ya pili.
The only time when I mute.
And the wife is there na maybe bibi anasikiza. Musai
na wewe nani mama ke chief.
Umesikia bibi akiongea?
Hakuna ako job, najua shift yake nawe.
So Wambo
tuko family, tusi uko na family gathering, kila mtu akienda job. Yes, Kinyanju.
About Wambo, we should also look at maybe she didn't make the call, but I'm saying that because alisema bado anapenda Biggie. Sijui kama mnakumbuka na anataka walewe na Biggie. So there's a chance maybe she didn't call it. Make the call.
Yeah, wawili wanamchezea akili. Wanataka ku bring down his ego.
Unauliza
aje? Italetwa chini.
How strong is she? Unasikia?
Hata mimi Merupredi sidhani ni wangu.
You can imagine ni alcoholic na anapenda drugs. How strong is she? Kwa kama ni alcoholic na anado drugs, she could easily have been manipulated, and the manipulator is of course Steve. But if she's strong enough, hako na dependence on anybody, anajikaisha, maybe it's not how we made the call. But
Nyoks, I don't give a fuck.
Also another thing, Nani Kinya, you can get a lot of information from the live. Ile Biggie walikuja na Pesh, and people wakapanda pale, and you could listen to different advice from different individuals on that live. And then the police were called. That live, hiyo live ukisikia hivi, ukikaa tu isikize. And then you analyze it, alafu usikie different people giving their different whatever. And then all of a sudden, when that live ended, the police were called. I think whoever called police was on that live.
Thank you. Now you're getting it. Thank you.
Then I wish you could get that live. Listen to it closely. Tena.
Nani akona hiyo live ya hiyo siku?
Nitaitafuta nikijua ni gani exactly.
Ni live yenyewe ilikuwa kwa nani? Madiaba. Niyo live.
Sama Madiaba ni nani?
Mani safi. Alafu mukitafuta hiyo live
Really amewapatia answer.
Lakini mkisema kama ni Wambo alipiga,
me I know who did it. Trust me.
Mkisema kama ni Wambo alipiga, I don't think Steve ndiye ako answerable. I think ni Jemima ndiye anafaa kuwa answerable because alikuwa kwa Jemima hakuwa kwa Steve. Huyo Wambo.
I'm going to one thing.
You are close friends, it's your life. Think about it.
Karongoja. Remember, before the arrest, there were 5 people that knew of the arrest. Don't forget that.
Miroros, that's why I like your brilliance, mind.
And it's not hearsay. By the way, it's not hearsay. It's recorded here on TikTok. 5 people knew before the arrest was made, including Pash.
And after the arrest was made, wako kutoa information for how many hours? Is it 7 hours?
No, not that past one. Not the we're talking about this one that is in dispute. We are disputing like whatever. And remember Pesh saying, wacha nivae nguo kwa sababu makarawa wanaweza kuja anytime. How did you know makarawa wanakuja unavaa nguo?
Someone told her this.
And do you know who solved this puzzle that particular day? It was Kamau.
Na Irene anasema Jemima alipigia Pesh before makarao wafike.
Na kuna recording tulisikia. Wacha niseme, guy, kuna recording tulisikia. Pale kulikuwa Theatre Nation. Tukasema hiyo sauti ilikuwa ya Lady Monique.
That same recording, MP, that live.
Remember
that is, so you see, remember the part where she's talking to somebody on her own before the phone call comes through?
Yes.
That is the recording. When you get the timeline of that part, you will know who made the call.
Yes. Na hiyo sauti tukainini wakati tulisema ebu ipige slow na hiyo sauti ilikuwa tukasema ni Lady Monique.
The person calls and tells Pesh it's done, and after it's done, in that same before the loud call comes in. So who called Pesh at that moment, whoever she was talking to at that moment?
Exactly. Na Pesh akavaa nguo. No, kuna call, tulisikia phone call na tukasikia sauti, na hiyo sauti ili sound kama, unajua mtu kama mimi recruit nikiongea hata nikichange voice mtastukua, kuna intonation zingine natamkanga hata nikichange mtasijua tu ni nini. Hiyo sauti ilikuwa ina sound ya Lady Monique. Why lie? Hebu ichezeni hiyo nini? Tafuteni hiyo recording. Of course I'm very brilliant.
In the recording where Muli, and this is Muli speaking, before ashikwe, sisi watu watano tulikuwa tunajua. Mimi akakount 2, 3, 5. Ama akauliza one of them, are you going to acknowledge or not? Akamwambia, no, wenyamaza, kalia. Akakalia, but at that point I'd already mentioned the 5 people who knew before the arrest was made. Okay? And Muli was upset that anauliza Pesh, kwani Pesh, wewe uliambia Bigi kila kitu tulikuwa tumeongelelea? He says. So the 5 people was Muli, Pesh, and 3 other people that was mentioned on that recording. Iko hapa kwa TikTok. And 1 + 1 is equals 5, and 6 plus, and 5 + 2 equals 7, and 7 minus 1, 6. If you know, you know. Iko kwa recording, I can send them to you. Listen to it. Now you are getting it. And you,
hakuna nyingi sijui screenshots tumeona sijui nini.
Now, Mary Pretty, the question is, why was the diversion?
Hello.
That is the biggest question. And what was the main agenda of the main one, the number one agenda?
And why was person X there giving hints of different places? Hello.
Leave that one alone. The whole main life was solely for one thing, and one person only, not two, not three, but one person. Now focus.
Mimi najua the latest friend wa mdada anaitwa Joy.
And the live was solely for who? And the live was solely for who? And the live was solely for who?
Or hot seat pale ile siku ya whoever gives information and whoever doesn't.
You see?
Yani hata tucheza hapa bwana, hata sisi tuna akili. And when we are challenged, and the good thing is when we are challenged, we don't resort to insults. We listen to the challenges and respond. That's how meaningful conversations happens. We don't go to nyoforida sijui nini wewe akili wote anga wo bo. No, we challenge each other academically. Calmly, with facts, with verifiable facts.
Now, when you go back to that same recording from Alisafi, fast forward to when Pesh opened her live, the last day when she was in the States, that Tuesday, play the whole recording, like the whole event when she was live, what transpired to where, and what caused the new diversion today. Ting ting. Tuesday, I think it was, she left on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. So that day when she was threatening to go and open the
Lion Day. The Lion Day.
Okay.
The Day of Lion, that live. Right before the Lion. That live. When you play that whole live, that's what the whole, if anyone was zooming it live na kuna ana keep recording zake, the whole information is on that live.
On that live, everything is there.
All was served on a platter. The whole thing was served on a platter. And when Pesh was going left with the script, Mama came to the save.
Hello. And then also,
and remember, when the save wasn't working,
like you guys can, like, this is how people, like, even in court, you're caught by your reaction. You see, your maana unaambiangwa maybe after the crime, and you call that, oh, there's 911, but the way you react, hizo vitu huwa zinachukuliwa, like it's inakaa like suspicious. Remember when, first of all, remember Pesh saying, wacha nivae nguo kwa sababu sijui hapa tunaweza itiwa polisi. Then as Gregus, I remember even me questioning that, say after the police took Biggie, her laughter was very questionable, like, hey, is that how you laugh when somebody you love has been taken into custody? And don't tell me somebody is in shock. Usikuje kuniambia trauma za nini? This is not trauma. Hapo umetoka kudinyana, mtu amechukuliwa, unless you snitch on them, and then gari imeenda ukasema, wow, ameniacha. That's how people get caught. Unalia and hapa una smile.
Hata polisi watasema those tears did not look legit.
30 seconds or 1 minute before the cops came.
She's the one who got the
Somebody yelled to Biggie, Biggie, they're setting you up, get up. Biggie, they're setting you up, get up. A guy. Do you remember that part? A man told Biggie, wake up. She's setting you up, man. Wake up.
In America, ukiona hiyo live aisiwa Kinya, utaona tu yule alipiga hapo ako kwa hiyo live tu. The whole thing was, and the advisors were on that live, and don't you know what you're doing, man? And then boom, Biggie was speaking.
That's why nawaambia tafute hiyo Mali Safi live. Tafuteni Mali Safi live for anyone who's zooming from the beginning. Play that whole live if you all have time, and play Pesh's live on that day. It was served right on a platter like this. What is happening?
I think the reason Kenyan American alikuwa namwambia hivyo ni juu Pesha alikuwa na insist ati si nani ameconfess alinipiga na nimemsamea. I think that's the reason Kenyan American alimwambia ni kama unasetiwa up.
No, that was because of the person that Pesh was talking to in low tone. If you don't listen to it carefully, you miss it. In that low tone is when after of course, if you listen to that, that's when Kenyan American, whatever his name is, comes up and tells him he's being set up, was from what Pesh was saying in a low voice. You can hear whoever she was talking to says, it's done. Then Pesh goes and talking at some point, she says, if the cops get here, they will even think mimi nimefietuka or fietu, whatever the word she used. And then a few seconds later, the real phone call now comes in, the loud one. And after the loud one, 30 seconds later, the cops came. Before the guy said you're being set up was because of what Pesh just said on a very low tone. And that guy heard it. And that's why he said the statement.
Now, because finally, leo Biggie amerealize na akasema ni nani alimseti. Alisema anataka Biggie afungwe na ufungwe tupwe.
Umepata hiyo recording ndio hata watu wasikie phone call ikipigwa na msikize vizuri sana. Hiyo sauti ni ya nani imeongea hapo. Hebu tutafutie ili kwa shooting saa iko tukinini, but it's when we put it tulikuwa sasa tumeanza kucheka. We had already listened to it and then we were like, it was on like slow motion. They were like
you know, like, live, right?
Yeah, it was that live, but that night tulikuwa tunaicheza from another, kuna blogger alikuwa ameblog na ndio tulikuwa tunaicheza, sikumbuki which blogger. I don't know kama ni kwa Dolly. Tulikuwa tunaicheza.
Let me bring you up to speed. Hi everyone. I watched those 2 lives and there were 2 phone calls. I don't know how come you're missing that. Pesh received 2 phone calls. The first phone call we couldn't hear because she said, sasa huyu ni nani ananipigia? Then she spoke on the phone. And then that's when Kenyan Americans started telling Biggie, Biggie, you're being set up. But remember, Biggie had blacked out at that time. And Pesh is the one who was holding Biggie's phones. Second call comes in from a woman. And she desperately is trying to tell Biggie, please, 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 get out, the cops are going to come. And then Pesh begins to tell Biggie, wewe wacha kulala. Amuka, polisi watakuja kutupata hapa. Wacha tutoke hapa. You see, so there were two phone calls. And then there was a live where Muli knows who made that phone call. In fact, Muli seems to know more than everyone else. Because Muli started by saying that when Pesh planned to come to America, She was supposed to come for 3 days, and he was supposed to be the one to arrange about her stay and everything else. So what hurt Muli is that how did Pesh end up with Biggie? Because he was the one who was supposed to be planning with her. Now, how did we know that the Biggie issue was serious? It is Muli, when he was trying to interrogate Steve Nice. Steve Nice was trying to, cover up the whole arresting. And then Muli said something very interesting. Muli said, Biggie tried to suffocate Pesh with a pillow. And then Steve Nye said, no, that did not happen. And then Muli said, na mimi nilijuaje. I remember that very well. And then Muli continued spilling the beans. He said he was in touch with the people who were at the police station. They were 5 people. And he knows what is going on. Then at some point, I think he was dropped. Yeah. So there were 2 phone calls during the Pesh live. There was a phone call which she picked and talked on the phone. That time Biggie had blacked out. Pesh had his phones. And the person who was calling was expecting Biggie to pick the call. But it is Pesh who picked the call. And then the second call now comes from a lady who was warning Biggie to get out of that place. So Muli knows who made that call because he was in touch with this 5 people. We knew about 5 people from what Muli said. Yeah. So that's what I observed. So those are the facts. That's what I observed.
Nani? Joy. Anajitanga to the eye in the sky.
Excuse me. Ama kinya uko nazo ndio tuchezee.
Hii nakula ndo that's why I'm just talking.
Hebu niwaulize hiyo live tu. Mitoto unakumbuka hiyo live tulikuwa nini? To confuse the nation. Hey JPT. Hata Okaro alikuwa kwa hiyo live. Hiyo blogger tulikuwa tunacheza kwa madali kwa was it from shooting star? Let me go look.
Big Daddy angengoja tarehe 6, then he files formally so that the no contact order can be lifted. In Big Daddy angengoja tarehe 6, then he files formally so that the no contact order can be lifted in court. Ndio murudi mkue in touch.
Mimi saizi hata polisi wakikuja kupiga na Big jela like
ndio maana nakwambia no I'm just trying to wacha nimalize kuongea. I know, listen, being in love is okay, and you being in love, that is something we are not discussing. You don't need to be sorry. Ngoja kwanza wacha tumalize kuongea. Mimi I'm just talking to the masses. I'm talking to the masses. So being in love is okay. Ndio maana narudia, that is you and Big Daddy. Hiyo koti na kesi haihusiani nayo. Kana uwezo ukasimama kwa koti uambie kesi ati mimi niko in love na Big Daddy, because the questions they will ask you is that if you are in love with him, so according
Biggie is gonna get locked. Biggie is gonna get locked up. Unless Trump's era. Yeah. Unless Trump's era. He's gonna get locked up. Like maybe that could be Is the Big Daddy alituma watu kutafuta Biggie na hizo panongo kama unasikia historia yake. No, Malisa, even that question, didn't say anything.
You hear that part? The first phone call comes in.
Nimesikia kwenye Owen amesema Biggie unaingia. Continue.
But you hear the first phone call comes in, but you can't hear the phone ring. But the phone is a phone call. Now listen to that part of the conversation.
By the way, unaona hata mimi nimesikia Bess is a piece of shit. Okay? Alikuwa na set Big Daddy. For real. No contact is a no contact. Pesha alikuwa na set Big Daddy. That's a piece of shit.
I am mute.
Okay.
Kabla wafike, he could have got out. Yes, ni yeye amejileta kwa hao yangu.
Angepiga simu Big Daddy, angepiga simu aseme yule mwenye mlimwaniambia no contact.
FYP hakuna mtu kwa guest.
Zatoka kabla wafike. Unatoka wafike.
Big Daddy angepiga simu aseme yule mtu mwenye nilikatazwa amejileta kwangu.
On call venye wangefika Big Daddy hayuko kwa hao, ameshatoka, wanamkuta kwa hao, wanamuuliza WhatsApp unafanya nini hapa?
Zubeida Malala, angalia guest
Zubeida Brandi sema
lakini
and then
Zoom white Brandi Zoom mapunda.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.